Hello everybody, this is GamerGar. Welcome back to another Stardew Valley 100% completion Let's Play. We are now in year number 2, and this is the third week of spring. It's time for the Desert Festival. We're going to go to the chef here. We're going to get the rare fruit and the uncomfortable hot sauce. This is going to give us a luck buff as well as a speed buff. The great thing about this buff food is that it can be combined with your current buff foods as well as a drink. We just got the rumbled fruit skin there. We're going to go talk to Marlin here. We're going to take the deep dive quest. We get some 50 calico eggs if we reach floor 30 in the Skell cavern. What's more, every time we get down 5 floors, we will obtain a rank. The higher our rank, the bigger the prize we get from Gil when we come back out and speak to him. If we click on those cool looking statues, we also obtain a rank as well, but those statues are very hit and miss. Sometimes they can bless us with powerful perks. Other times they can curse us with very nasty abilities, such as enemies do more damage, a higher rotation of enemies when you get to each floor, etc. Now we have a couple of staircases today, but not a whole lot, so we're going to try on the luck buffs to get lots of ladders and shafts. We did come across some lots of goodies today, including some golden animal crackers. We also picked up some auto pedders as well, so if we want to add more animals to the farm, we can more or less automate the process with those. We're also going to get some prismatic shards today, which are now very important when it comes to giving gifts to the NPCs. Because we're going for perfection, because we're going for 100% completion, we need lots of rabbit's feet and prismatic shards to get those relationship points up as quickly as possible. Now, we did fairly well today. We met past floor 100. On floor 100, we picked up another auto petter. We spoke to Marlin, and he was happy with the deep dive. We also spoke to Gil with an egg rating of 51. Now that is the second best egg rating you can get. If we got an egg rating more than 55, we would have got 500 calico eggs and a magic rock candy. If we had more staircases, we probably would have pulled that off. Now, we did come out with lots of goodies. Prismatic shards, over 200 iridium ores. We got 2 golden animal crackers, which was very nice, along with some trinkets and other bits and bobs. Another day, that means another gift for our fabulous wife, Penny. Today, Penny gets a prismatic shard fresh from the Skell caverns itself. We have now accumulated enough friendship points with Penny to get another star drop. Very nice indeed. Now, today is going to be a big money maker day because our rhubarb is also ready to be harvested today. Now, most of this rhubarb will go inside a keg just to increase its value, because we need to think about getting the warp obelisks. We have to think about getting the gold clock, and that requires millions upon millions of gold, and it all starts with the rhubarb. Eventually, we will upgrade to star fruit and ancient fruit, and that's where the big money will come from. But rhubarb can still hold its own. It is still one of the best, one of the most profitable spring crops you can get your hands on. Arguably, what's better than these now would be strawberries, but we didn't get a whole lot of strawberries last year, so we couldn't put them into seed makers to mass produce strawberries this year. But rhubarb will do the job. We also have lots of pigs, and these pigs are getting friendlier and friendlier as the day goes on, so they're finding more and more truffles for us. Went back to the desert event, spoke to the scholar here. The scholar had a couple of easy questions that we needed to answer. Now, they were very easy. You know, how much does a rabbit cost? 8,000 gold. How many garbage cans are there in Stardew Valley? That was 8. As a reward, we get 50 calico eggs. We have Linus here, looking at a trash can. We're going to help him out by opening it up. He says, "I find anything good." I did. I found some calico eggs. Spoke to Linus again and he said, "I hitched a ride underneath the bus." Well, you know what, Linus? Times are hard. We need to do our best to conserve as much money as possible. We're going to talk to the cactus man here. And this NPC is so funny. I love the way he goes. It looks like you need a cactus in your life. And he gives us a custom-made cactus decoration. And you can get tons of those. But when you end up with 5 or 6 or 10 of those, it does make for a really cool aesthetic to the farm. We're just doing some help wanted quests as well, where Lewis wanted a leak. Evelyn also wanted a leak for George, so we're just doing those quests as we come across them. It is very important that we keep accumulating those prize tickets, because every time you hand in a number of those, you get a star drop tea, and that's going to make getting friendship points up with the NPCs much easier. Now, because the rhubarb is gone, we're going to put down some cauliflowers here, just because. We could have gotten more rhubarb, but you know what? I just wanted to mix things up a bit. Not only are we putting down cauliflowers, we're basically putting down 30 of every spring crop. This is to ensure as the seasons progress that we have all of the necessary ingredients to cook all of the recipes the game has to offer. Now, this is a sight to behold, and what you see here are oak trees that we planted just a while back. We're going to tap every single one of these This will ensure that we can start mass producing kegs, because wine is going to be our main money maker when it comes to getting the obelisks in the gold clock. Another special orders quest, we're going to take a curious substance, because once we complete that quest, the wizard will give us the recipe for the mini obelisk, and that's needed for the achievement to craft every item in the game. There's still a handful of items left that we have to unlock, so every week when the new special orders quest becomes available, we more or less need to take it. We still need to do juicy bugs for Willy to get the quality lore. We also need to do the quest for Caroline to get the solar panels. So we're still a little bit ways off from doing that. Now, we are going to get a crafting bench very soon. We will put a lot of chests around it, and we will every couple of days start putting materials into those chests. The next day we're going to give the wizard the ectoplasm here, and that's going to complete the quest that he gave us, and the next day he'll give us the recipe for the mini obelisk. While we're down here, we also completed a few quests for him too, just to get his relationship points up. We also went underneath his house, and we just done the Terraria collaboration here by putting the faraway stone into the pedestal. This gives us the Meowmere. This isn't needed for perfection or 100% completion. I just wanted to do it because I think like the cutscene is really cool, and since I was here, why not? Now, it was Pam's birthday today. Pam gets a rabbit's foot, and that's the great thing about having 12 rabbits inside the farm, because every couple of days hopefully they generate rabbit's feet for us, and eventually we'll get iridium quality rabbit's feet. We're going to go to Robin and make some more buildings here. We're going to get her to upgrade our shed to a big shed. We're going to aim for maybe 3 or 4 big sheds, and then we leave it at that. We're going to spend 2,000 gold and get the workbench. The workbench is so handy when it comes to crafting all the items in the game. We're also going to pick up some mini fridges as well. They will come in handy for completing all of the cooking recipes. I also checked to see if Robin had any more recipes that we needed to unlock, but she didn't. Now, we have a lot of price tickets today, so we're going to go to Mayor Lewis's house, and we're going to put all these tickets into his ticket machine. We get back some real nice stuff here. We get some diamonds, some kegs, and magic rock candy. Very nice indeed. We also pick up another Star Drop tea. And because it's still Pam's birthday today, even though we give her the rabbit's foot, we can give her the Star Drop tea, and this will almost max out Pam. It brings her right up to 8 out of 10 hearts. The more Star Drop teas we can get now, the better. So we're going to make some big chests later on, and we're going to put these big chests all around the crafting bench, and I'm going to give each big chest a specific colour. And just like how I use the chests outside, depending on what colour that chest is, will decide what kind of materials I put in that chest. So some chests will have fish inside them, some will have, wood and sap and things like that. Back to Ginger Island, I finally grew a garlic, and I spoke to the frog here, and he's going to give me 5 more golden walnuts for having the garlic on the farm. And that's the last 5 golden walnuts you can get from the frog. There's still a few more golden walnuts we need to collect. But first, let's take a look at the key quests. We got lucky today, we got Danger in the Deep, 50 key gems as a reward. This quest is going to help us in more ways than one. You get an achievement for completing that quest. You need that for 100% completion, and it also gives us access to radioactive ores and bars. Now, I visit the pirates later on, and we're doing the dark game. If you complete this 3 times, you get a total of 3 golden walnuts. 1 every time you complete the game, but it gets harder every time you play it. You get less and less darts to throw to try to get a score of 301. So once we had that done, there was only a few more golden walnuts left to get. And they can only be gotten from harvesting non-regrowable crops on the Ginger Island farm. That's why the pineapples haven't given us the golden walnuts just yet. But soon enough, our star fruit will be fully grown, and that will give us the last few that we need to get all 130 golden walnuts. So there's 3 more to go, and that will be 1 more item added to the perfection list. The next day was an absolutely glorious day because we have all of this lovely Asian fruit wine that we get to sell. Now we're going to do a little experiment with this wine. We're probably going to put that into casks and age it to see how much you get for it then. We get the mini obelisk recipe off the wizard there. Thank you very much, Mr. Wizard. We're now going to go down into the cellar here. We're going to pickaxe up all these casks and we're going to relocate them. They will still be in the cellar, but I'm just going to do it in a way where I have a lot more space to work with. Now, I was going to make more casks and age more wine, but I decided to just leave it with the current amount of casks you get when you first unlock the cellar. And it might come in very handy later on when we get close to getting maybe the gold clock or the warp obelisks. We're now entering the dangerous versions of the mines. Lots of goodies can be taken from here, including that lovely radioactive ore. With the blacksmith perk, 1 radioactive bar is worth 4,500 gold. Now, you can't really mass farm radioactive ores. It is quite rare in the dangerous versions of the mines. Sometimes you can get lucky days as well, and you might find a lot more of it, but you're never going to get huge quantities of this stuff the same way you get huge quantities of iridium ore if you went to the Skull Caverns. Now, we don't need huge quantities of this stuff. We just need a handful of ore and a handful of bars to make some of the endgame items, and that's basically it. Any additional ores or bars we get, we can just sell to make some nice profits. Or we can make more of the endgame artisan machines. It's up to us entirely. Now, the great thing about the dangerous version of the mines is that all these dangerous enemies will count towards monster eradication goals. Now, we already have Monster Slayer Hero achieved, but if you didn't have it achieved, you could come down here and all of these kills would count towards those goals, just so you know. When we get to the mid layer of the mines here, there's lots of hardwood around. Coming down here with a good axe is actually a great way to accumulate lots of mahogany seeds and lots of hardwood. Those mushrooms are basically dust sprites. They just have a lot more HP and they hit harder, but if you didn't have the kill count for dust sprites, you would get kill counters for killing those giant mushrooms. We're now going to collect some jades and we're going to give our rabbits some gold animal crackers that have been accumulating over the past couple of in-game weeks. And eventually we will end up with having 12 rabbits all with gold animal crackers, so they could potentially generate 2 rabbit's feet every couple of days instead of 1, which is really nice. We're going to go to Robin now and we're going to open up the bedroom. We're also going to add on some extensions to the house just to give us a little more space to work with, and it just means that we can put some kegs around here as well. We're also going to build a slime hutch. We're not going to do much with the slime hutch, it's just going to activate the ability that slimes can drop eggs when they are defeated. It's just a little bit of a passive money maker there. We're going to sell some trinkets to Marilyn that we're never going to use, and then we're going to head off to Clint, and we're going to get Clint to break open all of these mystery boxes and golden mystery boxes, just to see if I can get any useful items out of them. You can actually get some nice things from the golden mystery boxes, including golden animal crackers. Now, because it's Shane's birthday today, we gave him some love gifts. We got his friendship points up, but we're going to bring him to the theatre as well. And we got him a love gift there too. Before we go to watch a movie, we're going to play the crane game just to get some nice decorations for the farm. I absolutely love those deluxe trees, so I just picked up 2 of them there, and I picked up a Junimo plushie as well. What I love about Shane is that he's nice and cheap. All he wants as a snack is a Georgia popcorn. It's 10 gold and it's a loved gift for him. After the cinema, we got some good friendship points with Shane. Now, that putrid ghost is probably one of the most fearful enemies in the game, in my opinion, because if it lands an attack, you cannot eat food for a good duration of time, and you can very easily get overwhelmed in the dangerous versions of the mines, leading to a death. Now, I hadn't picked up the warp totem to the desert just yet, so I purchased that recipe today, and I also made some more staircases. We're now back in the hardened versions of the mines. Because today is Sunday, I felt like I didn't have enough time to get down legitimately, so I'm just going to staircase my way down. Now, when I got to this floor here, I just couldn't ignore all these floating skulls. I decided to destroy every single one of them in the hopes that they might drop magic rock candies or lucky rings. When I got to the bottom, I picked up some key gems. We also got an achievement there, Danger in the Deep. That's needed for 100% completion. So one step closer to completing the game, which is really nice. Now, I received a few comments from individuals saying that you don't need to do this for perfection, you don't need to do that. Just so you're all clear, we're not just going for perfection, we're going for 100%. That means getting all of the Steam achievements. To get 100%, we have to do a bit more. We have to do all of the raccoon quests so that the raccoon's family is big enough to unlock an achievement. We have to do Journey of the Prairie King. We have to complete that arcade machine. We also have to complete Journey of the Prairie King without taking a single bit of damage, which is excruciating, but hopefully we'll get there. Before the day is out, we got some more mahogany seeds. We're going to make some mystic tree seeds. We need these to get mystic syrup for perfection, so we're going to plant those down. And that is the end of another week. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you really enjoy these Let's Plays, and I do appreciate your time as always. I'll see you in the next video very soon, and I hope you have a great week. Bye for now.